Heavy defeat for England at the Wacker, but all is not lost, say Andrew Strauss and Stuart Broad. Welcome to our look back at the fourth day's play in the Perth Test with Marston's pedigree. A black day for the English game. The graveyard of Perth has consumed England again. They've only won once here in their history, and they went down in the first 50 minutes today. Not much resistance shown. 5 wickets falling quickly, most of them to Ryan Harris, who took 6 for 47 with aggressive fast bowling. But the man of the match award went to the predator of Perth, Mitchell Johnson, for his 9 wickets in the match, including those 6 in the first innings with that late in-swing, and also his hefty 60 runs in Australia's first innings. So, 1-1 after 3 tests, with 2 to play. Well, I've got Stuart Broad, the injured England all-rounder, sitting next to me into the stand here. Stuart, you've had a different perspective on an England performance, sitting in a commentary box. How have you found that experience?
It was a fantastic opportunity for me to be able to be involved in that. Obviously the disappointment of not playing in the Test match, staying around to see my family, it was great to have something to do and something to learn from.
I mean, what about watching the game from a distance, not being in the dressing room, where you see batsmen coming back in and being angry, and you maybe get caught up in the sort of team psyche, seeing it from a distance? I mean, what did you make of it? Is there anything that you would like to go and say to them?
Well, I mean, obviously
apart from bad luck?
Yeah, I mean, the lads will be disappointed in the way we've batted this Test match, I think. I mean, it is different conditions here at the Wacker. The ball does bounce differently, and you saw both Australian and English batsmen struggle with that bounce. But I know we'd have talked about that before the Test match and trying to adapt to that, and we probably didn't leave as well as we could have done outside the off stump. But I think that was also caused by Mitchell Johnson's swing back in towards the stumps, because the batsmen were unsure what to leave and what to play at. So Mitchell Johnson becomes a hugely dangerous bowler once that ball starts shaping back towards the right-handed batsman. It's the first time he's produced it against England, and it's something England will have to watch out for at the MCG in Sydney.
What do you want for Christmas, apart from a stronger side muscle?
I want snow. We don't get to spend a huge amount of time at home in the winters as England cricketers. We're always away. I think I've had 2 Christmases at home in the last 8 years. So I'm certainly, I'd like a white Christmas and
a bit of sledging. Not the kind of on the field sledging, but a different sort.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure I'd be insured to do that, but I'd have to keep it quiet because it's good fun.
So a bit of sledging for Stuart Broad over Christmas, he hopes anyway. Now, reassuringly for England, Andrew Strauss in the press conference after the game gave us the Corporal Jones line: "Don't panic."
Very disappointing, there's no doubt about it. Especially after being 80 odd for naught in our first innings, chasing 260, we're in a very good position to take control of the game, but we weren't able to do that. I think you've got to give Australia a lot of credit for the way they bowled. Mitchell Johnson bowled a very incisive spell there, and once they got in front of the game, they didn't let us back into it. So you've got to give credit where it's due, but at the same time, as a batting lineup, we'd be very, very disappointed with our 2 performances. And we've got to take that on the chin, learn the lessons and move on. We're not going to rule anything out at this stage, but we've got a few days to take stock of the situation. I wouldn't think there'll be wholesale changes because it's not a time to panic.
Well, there's no doubt the Australians are a force again, and England will be glad to see the back of the Wacker. Now the tour moves on to Melbourne. The 4th Test starts on Boxing Day. What will England want for Christmas? Well, the first thing is a lower, slower pitch, because certainly some of the batsmen looked a little bit fallible to the extra bounce here in Perth. Secondly, they'll want a pitch which has a little bit of spin in it so that Graham Swann can exert some influence. And thirdly, they might want to find a potion that they can put around the crease area to make Michael Hussey's eyes water so he can't see the ball. What about me? What do I want for Christmas? Well, I would quite like to have a swim, bearing in mind the cold weather at home and the lovely warm conditions here. So I'm going to try and have a little dip in the Swan River. Hopefully that might even be a good omen for Graham Swann in Melbourne. Maybe I'll try even swimming to Melbourne, perhaps. Merry Christmas to you anyway.
Simon, it's the other way. Oh, right.